Welcome everyone, I'm Ray, and today we are going to take a look at Honkai Chronicles Kiana Kaslana, because we finished chapter 25 just very recently, and now I can watch this. So get comfy and let's get started.
A few years after the second eruption in 2000,
I don't know why, but I always
a girl
get shocked
came
when I
into
hear
this
the voice.
imperfect
It's
world
such a
in
cool
an
voice.
experiment pod. She had no name, only a cold serial number, K423.
Yeah, I remember that I could never remember the number.
Via splicing Kiana Kaslana's genes, and that from Siren, the Hersher of the Void, together. The Hersher core attained consciousness in the new body.
Like I said, we
and
kind of
she
have
was
to thank
expected
Otto
to
that we at
become a
least
human
have
with
Kiana, but
Hersher
at the same
powers.
time...
In
Is
2007,
that good?
Siegfried Kaslana attempted to abduct K423 in secret, but was intercepted by Schicksal in his escape.
I want
His
to see
biological
more
daughter
of
went
that
missing afterward.
escape.
Siegfried
Because how
adopted
did he
K423
lose his
and raised her as his own,
biological daughter?
but was unwilling to
How?
name her after his own daughter. That was until one day, to protect the injured Siegfried, K423 took up arms to confront a Honkai beast in his place. A tender soul defied fate for the first time in order to protect her loved one. Touched by her action, Siegfried decided to name her Kiana Kaslana. He made
That
a
is
promise
still
to her.
so huge.
As the descendants
and
of House
crazy.
Kaslana, it was an honored tradition for them to fight for their loved ones. On this day, the girl received her name from her father, and she set foot on a path deviating from her written fate.
Like, Siegfried changed so
However,
much in
Fate had
her
other
life.
plans. In 2010, the latent Hersher persona awoke. Blazes of anger scorched the world that had just opened up to her.
Oh.
To protect Kiana, Siegfried used Judgment of Shamash to suppress the Hersher of the Void. But as a result, he was severely injured.
He lost his arm.
Siegfried realized that he would inevitably rouse the Hersher persona again. To protect Kiana, he left her.
Why is he still
The
gone?
girl was worthy of love. Those who
I
loved
can't.
her
I
could
hate
do
that.
anything for her. But in the girl's eyes, it was her very existence that brought them endless sufferings and miseries.
Oh.
Nevertheless, she did not forget the promise with her father and continued to believe in the good of the world. In the Honkai-stricken Nagazora, when Raiden Mei, who had become the Hersher of Thunder, turned against her, Kiana still reached out to her.
Like, despite
When they were
her
fleeing
kind of
Nagazora,
upbringing, like, she
Himeko
probably didn't
rescued
remember
Kiana and Mei
anything or much
and
of
took
it.
them to Saint Freya.
But like, despite that,
Kiana's
she was
troubled
such a
fate was finally
sunshine
calmed
to
for a
everyone
brief
after
moment.
that. That's so
On the campus,
crazy
she
in a
met
good
friends who
way.
were like family and made the solemn vow to fight for all that is beautiful in the world.
Himeko.
She wanted to stay, but a cruel twist would soon break
Aw.
her hopes.
Can you not say that so ominously? That's so mean. I mean, we know what happened, but still, it's mean.
Dark seeds germinated in the shadow of the peaceful years. The other sentients inside her preyed on all the good in her life once more
Why did it
by
wait so
encroaching on her
long?
cognition and her dreams.
Is there a
It was
reason for
Kiana's
it?
pining for a mother's love that made her awakening possible.
Ah, true.
She created illusions to make Kiana believe that she saved her mother from sacrificing herself to end the second eruption. When
That
she
part hurt a
realized
lot.
the great joy she experienced was elusive,
That for me was a
she
highlight
broke
from the
down
early
and
game.
let the
kind
Hersher
of.
persona
It was-
take over. Being taken to the Schicksal HQ by Fuhua,
Again,
she was
see
confined in
Otto.
the same bleak experiment pod, just as when she was born. Only this time, Otto, who witnessed her rebirth, wished to see the Hersher of the Void return.
Otto is one crazy man.
Just as Otto expected, the Saint Freya group revolted and attacked the Schicksal HQ with anti-entropy to rescue Kiana. In fact, he wanted them to gamble everything for Kiana. Their deep love and the ensuing sacrifices would stimulate Kiana's emotions to help her overcome
I hate
the
that
Hersher
he
persona,
kind of
so she could become a
played them.
human with Hersher powers.
I hate that everything is
Hersher of the
exactly
Void
as you
achieved
planned.
complete
I
awakening
really hate
and
that.
pulverized Saint Freya and anti-entropy in a display of power.
Gosh, that's...
In the end, to save Kiana, Himeko donned the Godsbane battle suit for Million Night.
I'm not over it yet. Can you...
She defeated Hersher of the Void and injected the Spear of Destiny, a Honkai neutralizing serum, into Kiana at the expense of her life.
I couldn't hate that scene more, okay?
Himeko fell into the imaginary space.
But here they do it again. I know, I'm not on hopium, copium, what did you call it? Hemicopium or whatever? I'm not on that anymore.
Kiana might be a
But
Hersher,
the way they word
but her
it.
friends and teachers still loved her
I hate the way
and
they
believed
word
in
it.
her as much. Yet their goodwill was too heavy to bear. Kiana wandered in Ark City after waking up from the nightmare.
Ark City had one of
Honkai
the
beasts
gorgeous
and zombies hunted her.
visuals, I think.
The whispers of the Hersher tortured her. She wanted to run, but had nowhere to run.
I mean, how
Those
do you run
pains and
from your own
sufferings are
mind,
predestined.
right?
She was test subject K423, the vessel of a Hersher, and the root cause of the world's and her loved ones' miseries.
Also, Kiana.
Would the
Kiana
world
is
be a better
Kiana.
place had she died? When Kiana was prepared to die with the Hersher inside, Fuha's sentience in her mind stopped her and the Hersher from reviving.
Honestly,
Kiana finally remembered that
that's such a
Himeko
powerful
sacrificed
scene.
herself to save her because as her teacher, Himeko believed in her potential to
It's so much
change the
pressure.
world.
I can't. Like, every time I hear it, it's so much
Kiana
pressure.
snapped out of grief and loss. To repay Himeko's faith, she will continue fighting her ill fate. With Fuhua's help, Kiana learned how to contain the Hersher persona and utilize Hersher powers.
Fuwa
She
MVP.
became a rogue hero that fought to save Ark City from destruction. Kiana discovered that the Honkai disasters plaguing Ark City were not related to the Hersher of the Void. They were the work
That
of
was
a
a
shady
welcome
organization
surprise, really.
known as the World Serpent. All traces pointed to a dreadful ploy, Project Stigma.
True.
The
How's
catastrophe
that going,
caused by
by
it
the
would
way?
level Ark City to the ground.
I'm a little
Kiana
worried.
must transfer
Kevin
the
is
Honkai bomb
not
planted by
sitting
World
by
Serpent
idly.
to
I mean,
save Ark City.
He's probably literally sitting,
She
but like,
lived. Even though the Hersher persona and Honkai were eating her away, she did not fail Himeko. To change this imperfect world, she became the meteor that ripped Ark City's darkness open and propelled the bomb out of the atmosphere, which rewrote the cruel fate of this city.
she saved the whole city. And that arc,
The
yay.
unconscious Kiana was taken to the Schicksal North African lab by Durandal. Otto needed a Kiana who had harnessed her powers to activate the second divine key. Sick of being manipulated, she broke out from the lab and escaped Kevin's pursuit under Fuhua's cover. Kiana returned to the ruins of Nagazora.
Where it all
She
began.
was ready to meet her end in the place where she first met everyone she cared about. She knew she had little time left as the Honkai Corps continued to corrupt her. To bring back Kiana, Mei set foot in Nagazora. Kiana had not stopped imagining how she would reunite with her friends once. Yet she could not seize the chance when it finally came. Honkai was growing thick in Nagazora. She had to step forward to protect the world and her friends, even if it would cost her her life.
Gosh, Kiana
She
always
had
so
always
ready
been
to
like
throw her
this.
life away, really.
She would laugh off the worst injuries. She saved the world, saved everyone, but kept the pain to herself. She was killing herself to protect the good in the world, but she had forgotten that she also meant the whole world to her loved
Oh,
ones.
that's beautifully sad.
To save Kiana,
I'm,
May
gosh,
made
I'm
a pact
tearing
with
up
Kevin.
again. I hate this
a
art.
new gem of
for
conquest
different
solidified in her body. She became the Hersher of Thunder again and joined World Serpent by choice. May knew her best friend would never accept her choice, but she could not create a future for her dearest if she held on to her past.
I really get May here a little bit more than Kiana. I get Kiana too, but like, I get them both. And I just hope that they will really reunite someday. At least a hug.
After May left, Kiana and Bronya went to Mount Taishuan
True,
to
that
find
whole
the
thing
ways
happened.
of mastering Hersher powers recorded by
So
Fuhua,
many things happen.
without knowing the Hersher of Sentience had already woken. In the illusion
Gosh,
created by the
so-
Hersher of
so cool.
Sentience, Fuhua's lonely life, bound by her mission, flashed before Kiana's eyes.
Oh, that one
Fuhua
shot where she
planned
was
to
laying was
sacrifice
so
herself again
gorgeous.
to seal the Hersher of Sentience.
Who I wanted to pull
Kiana
a
could not
Kiana.
accept a fate that exchanged their lives for the greater good. It was Himeko's. It was May's. was Fuwa's. It was hers once, and it was not the happiness they wanted.
Ooh.
To end this wretched story the way they truly wanted,
Oh my god.
Kiana stopped fighting alone.
Yeah, that's actually
she chose
really
to
true.
believe in her friends.
I hope that continues on. Like, I hope she has she left that completely in the past, that she will sacrifice herself.
Built by the Legion Hersher, she confronted her fate for the last time. She accepted her fate and who she was. She and the Hersher of the Void were both continuations of Siren's persona.
That's
The
so
Hersher
cool,
of the Void
really.
was Siren's hatred toward the world manifested.
There was one plot twist I
She
did
was the
never
other
ever see
possibility,
coming.
born from Siren's desire for love. The countless hearts that loved and helped her made this possibility a reality, turning her from test subject K423 into a Valkyrie who fights for all that is beautiful in the
So
world.
Kiana's story
Into
always
Kiana
brings me to
Kaslana,
tears.
who leads everyone forward. As for where her path leads to, we will soon find out.
Yeah, well, that's directly directed to me, huh? Oh, I can't. That's so good. And it's so beautiful. Oh, Kiana. That's so pretty. With that, we've watched the Honkai Chronicles Kiana Kaslana. Like, I know I say it every time, but every character is so well written. Like, I love Kiana's backstory. I love how Kiana came to be what she is now. I'm kind of really curious to see how she will be moving forward. Because, yes, she started to trust her friends, but like, actually, she was always going solo. Not really in the last part, right? Like with the Hasha of Domination. Was she going solo there? I don't think she ever was, but like, she also was confronted with a choice like all the other times. So I'm still skeptical if she really like fully let her friends support her or not. Like, you know, I'm just a little worried because especially for someone like Kiana, you can't just change like that, right? Because it was always like that she was the one sacrificing herself. So I hope she will not do that again, but I have the feeling that eventually she will. Eventually she will, just because that's what Kaslanas do, apparently. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope I see you guys next time. Bye!